Okay, so like I was saying, I'm gonna get everything kind of pulled apart for the driver's seat and get it kind of put together. There's Troy hanging out, and I have my boo thing, Ashley. She's going to clean the interior on this. I don't know if anyone's ever seen this or not, but look at this. Fully gutted MINI Cooper interior, except for the headliners in now. But I need it cleaned. We're going to a car show, aren't we, boys and girls? Hi, Troy. So she's gonna vacuum this out for me, and I'm gonna have it detailed later in the week. But yeah, so the whole family's here now. This is gonna be good. I'm gonna try and get this stuff put together, and you'll see maybe some time lapses and whatnot. But yeah, here we go. Alright everyone, so I'm finishing up my Mini Cooper. Pretty exciting. Finishing up the back seat right now. I've got my shift boot and parking boot to do as well, and then my door armrests. Hopefully I'll get it done tonight. Well, here goes nothing. As you can see, I've got the shift boot, the parking boot, and my pieces for the bolsters on the rear seat. The seat has already been done. I actually skipped over some of the whole leather making portion of it. You obviously see that I've been making the leather for everything. So I'm finishing up the plaid portion of this, and then I'm going to sew it all together. And then hopefully have enough time to install it today. If I do have enough time, to install it today, I'll be very happy. So here's a time lapse. Well, there's that time lapse. As you saw, I was patterning out all of my plaid pieces. And a lot of people have been asking me, wow, what plaid is that? I think I mentioned in part 3 or 4 that this is a textile from Relicate Leather out of New York. It is not leather. But, oh, my mom's calling me. Hi, Mom. This is called the VW MK7 tartan. I don't know how to say it. Tartan, whatever. This is technically a Volkswagen plaid. I believe it went in the MK7s back in the day. But I like plaid. I like the color orange, orange and black. I love Halloween. And I'm going to be doing a black and orange style theme for my car. I really want to delete the chrome. I don't like chrome at all. And I want to probably make the chrome black and then accent like the mirrors and the hood scoop, if you can call it that, and the little air intakes that kind of direct air to the tires in the front that are right next to the fog lights. And I'll take pictures and everything if I do that. I'm going to do it, but it's not right now. If you can kind of see here, these are the back seats. So, oh, hi guys. Sheesh. Hi, bud. You here for the show? Yeah. Oh, okay. Hi, Mom. Hi. So you called me, and I was doing a video. So say hi now to all of YouTube. So right here is actually the back 50-50%. Stop, please. These are the back 50-50%. Yeah, hold on, bud. These are the 50-50 seat backs, and I'm trying to line them up to where when they fold next to one another, they're gonna, you know, they're gonna look right. And then this right here is actually the bottom of the seat. So I'm gonna try and line these up correctly.
Give a thumbs up.
Give a thumbs up, Troy says. So I'm trying to line these up to where that will turn out like that, but I don't know if it'll do it or not. I might have messed up the patterning. Hopefully I didn't, but if I did, no harm done. I'll just redo it. But here now is the time lapse of me sewing this all together. Hey everyone, like I said, this is going to be the time lapse of me sewing together my rear seats as well as my parking and shift boot. I've got my little helper here today. He just got home from, well, not home, but he got off of school and Grandma just dropped him off like you just saw before. And you're gonna what? You're gonna do your homework? Alright, so in that time lapse, you kind of see me struggling with this bottom seat area where the bolsters meet. This is some hard material to work with, and I can't stress that enough. But what I'm trying to do, you see how those lines are lining up right there? I had to move this one so far up that it's hanging off the edge. So what I'm going to do is make another one of these patterns to fit correctly to where I can just sew it. And then go from there. So, quick break. Alright, so I recut the piece so that way when I sew this together, it will line up. You'll see. Alright, so everything's sewn together. Some things in the time lapse I might have skipped. I don't really know yet. I have to edit everything, of course. Some of you may be wondering, you know, I was picking stitches and things like that. I'll be honest. I'll be perfectly honest. So the face of this is leather. I'm not making the side pieces and this piece. I'm not making that out of leather. They're perfectly fine pieces. They match the leather that I already have, and I'm kind of running out of leather already. I don't need to make the side skirts of the back seat leather. Okay. If anybody is going to critique that, then you truly just do not understand how material costs work. And this is my own project. I'm not gonna put every piece into play and make it out of leather. I will reuse pieces as I please. The front seats, yeah, I did all leather. Everything on there is leather and that plaid. I didn't cut corners there. It's the back seat. My kids sit in these seats, and honestly, they're gonna probably ruin it, unfortunately. But I'm not gonna sit there and make the side skirts out of leather. You know, that's why I sewed some of these. That's why like the plastic was still sewn to it, and I actually went through and I sewed a bunch of this, and then left seams open and then finished, because I did some of this yesterday. Which I might not have recorded. I can't remember, honestly. I've been working, and I've got regular work. Oh, God. I've got regular work, I've got regular life, I've got my own YouTube channel that I'm trying to start, I'm sorry, this is my own YouTube channel. I have the shop YouTube that I started, and it's a little overwhelming, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't go into this thinking how difficult that it was gonna be. You know, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty damn good for as young as I am. But even Lance was like, dude, I don't think you know what you're getting yourself into. And I didn't. This was so hard. I'm glad that the seats are done now. They're fully sewn together. I hope I don't have to make any adjustments. I already have to make adjustments on the front seats. Speaking of the front seats, life lesson learned: don't glue the leather down. Now, of course, that is specific to what you're doing. If it's a concave insert, you're gonna have to glue it down, regardless of what happens. My seats, on the other hand, did not need to be glued down. You glue around the edge, that's it. You glue around the edge, you cut your pattern out, you sew down the lines, and then you sew it together. That was my mistake. It's an amateur move, to be quite honest, and I regret making that decision because it's quite irritating. I'm a little upset about it, that they have these permanent wrinkles in there and it's brand new. There's a few other videos, like from our Lance's Tops channel, where you'll see me gluing all of the leather, and that one in particular, the red one for the 5-window Ford, the 30s 5-window Ford, that one had pleats. So if you're doing pleats and you're sewing one way and then you're forced to flip it around and sew it the other way, you have to glue it down a little bit. You have to tack it down so that way it stays in place when you sew, or else you'll have opposite diagonal lines. I don't even know what I'm doing. Opposite diagonal lines, or I meant wrinkles. You'll definitely get them in your inserts. So with that being said, I'm done here. I'm gonna see if these pieces fit. I'll probably slap them on and just see how they fit. So here will be the time lapse of that. I appreciate you all for watching, and if you're gonna be in the show on Sunday, I'll see you there. Bye. Wow, what a journey it has been, you guys. I'm done. I'm done as far as I want to be in regards to this show. There's a lot more stuff that I'm going to end up doing in the long run. I didn't end up putting plaid on the headrests. I wish I would have, but I actually have to custom make those with patterning plastic. They're injection molded, so those are still factory, unfortunately. That is fine. I wish my hair looked a little better, but I am sweaty. It's been humid and raining all day, of course. There's been a lot done. There's obviously all the videos that I've been showing you, part 1 through, oh gosh, 8, I think. Maybe this is part 8, I think. But I wanted to kind of recap everything. There's a lot that I learned that I apply to my job when I'm doing customers' interiors that I failed to apply to my own for some reason. And that really kind of upsets me because I'm not, you know, I know what the hell I'm doing, and God, some of my interior that I did, I feel like I was amateur hour on the whole thing. It came down, today is Friday, it's September 11th, and the show is in 2 days. I still have tomorrow to do stuff, but it's crunch time now, and I don't want to start working on something else that now I gotta be late or I can't do the show or whatever. But there's a few things that I want to take from this, and I want some people to learn. First of all, your textiles. Always, always, always study your textiles. Don't take it for granted that you know what you're doing if you do upholstery work, because I took it for granted. First of all, I glued the hell out of my leather, and that is the dumbest move I could have ever done, ever. Especially with this leather. This was some really, really expensive leather that came out of my pocket. It's not like a customer paid for it and I'm working with it and I messed up. It's my money. It's my material. It's my time. I mean, I spent a lot of time on this, and I'm quite upset with the fact that I glued down the leather like an idiot. You do not ever, and I mean ever, glue the leather down unless, of course, it's a concave surface that has to be glued down to the foam. Being that I glued my leather down to the foam instead of right around the edge, like really, really tiny where I sew, I created permanent wrinkles, and I can't get those wrinkles out. I used a heat gun on the leather. That is acceptable. I don't know if any of you use heat guns, but I use heat guns on my cat skin leather installs all the time. So they didn't come out. I tried a steamer on the backside to release the foam. That's dangerous. You can really, really shrink that leather up pretty bad. And I just kind of wanted to kind of go over the fact that don't do that. If you have to do it, like I did it on some pleats on this, there's a 30s 5-window coupe that I was actually just doing. And the thing is, I didn't glue it down like crazy. You know, I glued it down to where it was tacked and to where when I was sewing the pleats that it doesn't make all sorts of wrinkles and it stays in place. That's really the only time you want to glue it down. Otherwise, you want to glue around the edges. So right now, I'm going to kind of call myself out because there are some serious trimmers out there. First of all, I want to spotlight one trimmer that I follow on Instagram, as well as we follow him on Lance's Tops. It's called Interiors by Shannon. I think it's he. I'm sorry. He, one person, multiple people. Pretty sure it's just him though. He does some serious interior work. I've never seen anybody, even Lance has, like, every time we've even talked about it, he's been like, wow, man, that guy does some serious work. I cannot believe the work that he puts out. I mean, it's incredible stuff. Look up Interiors by Shannon. Incredible work. And I am nowhere near that. And Lance claims that he's nowhere near it as well, but I call BS on that because Lance does some incredible work. And as you can see from our other jobs, he does some serious work. I mean, he lets me do a lot of the work. He'll guide me along the way. If there's any imperfections in our work, mostly due to me. But I'm still learning. I'm 28 years old. You know, I'm 28. I've been doing it for like the last 6 years. And I just wanted to kind of spotlight a few things. So let me go ahead and turn this camera around real quick. So I just want to point out a few of my flaws that I had. First of all, you can see the permanent wrinkles. The worst ones here in the back on the driver's side. The rest I steamed from the back side and I really got them out. I ended up replacing this piece here because of how bad it was. It was as bad as that up here and I didn't like it at all. I should have replaced that as well, but I'm just calling it quits on this job. With that being said, I can't stress enough how difficult that plaid was to use. I had a hell of a time figuring out, you know, how to make those lines line up and how to make everything good. You can see here that where I hog ringed it in that spot right there, because the hog ring goes right in there, it pulls this down. I mean, you have to take into consideration everything, and it was so hard. I took everything for granted. I mean, the backs here, that was difficult as all get out. I mean, trying to line up those backs with the bottoms, you can see that even still they're slightly off, which is And then with these here, what I tried to do, you see the 3 lines and those 3 lines, I tried to line them up. I had a crazy time trying to figure out all this stuff, and I'm gonna be honest, it overwhelmed the hell out of me. I feel so like inferior to people like Interiors by Shannon and who else here? Gosh, there's so many. But Interiors by Shannon, those are the, like, that's where I want to be. Lance is crazy good, and he thinks that I can get to that point, which I believe in myself. I think I can as well, but I've got a lot of work. So with that being said, here is my interior. I did do the shift and parking boot in the plaid. I also did my door armrests in plaid. In my other videos, you can see that I rewrapped my headliner in a black knit, and I also dyed all of my plastics. Something else that I want to point out, actually, let me go ahead and sit in the car. Hi guys. So up here where the visors meet, yeah, I mean, it's a high traffic area. It's gonna rub. I can't do anything about it. I'm thinking about putting some felt up there, some like sticky felt or something. And then of course where the seat belts are and they rub, I'm also gonna put some felt there. So tomorrow I'm probably gonna come back and do that. I mean, that's nothing major. But besides that, the headliner, I can do headliners for days. That's not difficult for me. But even the headliner itself was so hard. I took everything for granted. In my videos, I'm talking about how easy it was to take my seats apart. And then guess what? I spent 45 minutes trying to figure out how to get this stupid spring on the side of my seat back on. And you know what I did? And the reason I did this is because there was a post and the material went over the post. I could have just cut that out. I didn't have to take that off. I didn't have to take that bolt off and have all that stress and that cable getting redone. Hi. And I just wanted to kind of show everyone, like, so on the spot that I'm talking about, let me turn. The spot that I'm talking about was in this area. And in that area there was a spring, and what I did is just cut it a little short and I folded the edge and I basically sewed the edge with a little top stitch so that way it sat in the same spot that it was at. It just didn't go into this same spot, and that was perfectly fine. And you would never notice unless I just pointed it out, and you still can't even see it. So it's not that you want to cut corners, but if you're gonna do something like this, make sure that you either really know how to take it apart and you really pay attention, or just make a few adjustments. It's a custom, I mean, it's a custom interior. You can almost do anything you want. You can make new patterns, you can make new this, new that. I wanted to do the headrest in the plaid. I wanted to do on the front buckets, how it has that like front bolster area. I wanted to recreate that in the back seat as well. It's just, everything takes a lot of time. Now, if I would have done this when I was, you know, a month ago thinking about this, yeah, I mean, everything would have been done. Everything that I planned out would have been done. Everything would have been great, this and that. But I just figured I'd kind of recap and not try to drag this on too far, but there's a lot of stuff that I learned and that now, unfortunately, being that I did it to my own car, I'll never ever let it happen to a customer's car. And that's a good learning experience. Unfortunately, it's on my own stuff and I have to look at it every day now, but that's okay. That's okay. I do work at an auto upholstery shop. I can fix it if I choose to. I might not. There's a lot of work, you guys. I mean, I know I tried to explain a lot of stuff in my videos, but I'm pretty sure I'm at about 20 hours, maybe 25 hours of labor time alone in sewing. Not even taking stuff apart, not planning, none of it. I mean, this was some serious work, and I had my buddy Cameron helping me. I had my fiance Ashley out here just like cleaning the car one time because I was so stressed out. I just kind of wanted somebody to be here with me at night. After work, I was working. We closed the shop at 5, and I was working until 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night some nights, and that's fine. Some people be like, oh, whatever. Yeah, dude, like, I got a life. I've got kids. I have all sorts of stuff that I do outside of work. And that, for one, is not one of the things that I necessarily thought about. So, let me try and wrap this up here. Obviously, I'm very, very happy with my interior. And I can't complain. There ain't a single soul that's gonna have one similar. Maybe similar, but not exact. And that's fine with me. That's what custom is. With that being said, I'll see everyone at the show. We're gonna be at the Wiregrass Mall on Sunday, September 13th. I'm going out with the East of the Bay Minis. That's a club that I'm in. I can't wait to meet everybody. This is actually my first show I've ever been to or ever put a car in. So I'm really excited. I really appreciate the support too. Oh my gosh, thousands of views on Facebook alone. That's crazy to me that so many people are enjoying. So I appreciate everyone. I'll see you next time. I hope you all enjoy these videos. Bye. Detail time. Just getting the wash. Make sure you contact Rossi Auto and RV Mobile Detailing.